Hello everyone, welcome back. Who's ready for part 4 of my Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment VHS Collection Update 2024 edition? Yes, I know you guys are ready. Alright, when we last left off in part 3, I finished up the RCA Columbia Pictures home video. Now next up is the Columbia TriStar home videotapes. So let me put my camera down once again and let's continue off. First up, here's the 1984 VHS of John Carpenter's Christine. And this is one of 11 or 10 RCA Columbia Pictures tapes that I forgot to include in part 1. With Keith Gordon, John Stockwell, Alexandra Paul, also starring Robert Prosky and Harry Dean Stanton, directed by John Carpenter, and the film is from 1983. Rated R, and is 110 minutes. Here's the sticker label. This is a 1985 VHS reprint. Here's the end label. The 10th week of 1985. This tape still uses the original tape master from 1984. Up next, also a 1985 VHS of Absent of Malice with Paul Newman and Sally Field. Also, this film is directed by Sidney Pollack and the film is from 1981. And this is purchased on Blockbuster on March 7th, 1999. Rated PG and is 116 minutes. Here's the tape with the sticker label. And it's a former rental from Blockbuster. Here's the end label. And, yeah, that's got those little numbers right here. And there is no week and year code on this tape whatsoever. Nope. Up next, the 1987 VHS of The Trouble with Angels with Rosalind Russell and Haley Mills. Also starring Benny Barnes, Gypsy Rose Lee, Camille Sprov, Mary Wicks, and introducing June Harding. Directed by Ido Lupino, and the film is from 1967. I saw this movie on Get TV back in 2014. I do have the follow-up sequel on DVD, and I also got this movie on DVD as well. Not rated and is 110 minutes. Here's a tape with the sticker label. It's got the 1987 copyright. And nothing right here. The 43rd week of 1993. Up next, also a 1989 VHS, of Ice Castle with Robbie Benson, Colleen Dewhurst, also starring Tom Skerritt, Jennifer Warner, David Huffman, and introducing Lynn Holly Johnson. Directed by Donald Rye, and the film is from 1978. Rated PG and it's 109 minutes. Here's the sticker label. Here's the end label. The print date, November 20th, 1991. And it's printed in the 48th week of 1991. So we all know what this will have at the end. And this copy does, even though it has the RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video, this actually has the Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment logo at the beginning. Here's the 1980, and this film was originally a 1985 VHS for Ice Castle. Here's the 1987 VHS of Son of Paleface with Bob Hope, Jane Russell, and Roy Rogers. Directed by Frank Toslin, and the film is from 1952. And this is still in sealed, which I'm going to keep it that way. And this is a barcode that indicates it's a reprint. 1952 film, renewed in 1980. Not rated, and it's 95 minutes. Up next, the 1987 VHS of Tootsie with Dustin Hoffman, Jessica Lange, and Terry Garr. Also starring Dabney Coleman, Charles During. Directed by Sidney Pollack, and the film is from 1982. This movie also has Bill Murray's in there. Rated PG, to be exact. And the running time is 116 minutes. Here's the sticker label for Tootsie. Here's the end label. The print date, October 10th, 1989. And it's printed in the 42nd week of 1989. Again, we all know what this will have at the end since this copy has a print date. Up next, the 1988 VHS of The Seventh Sign with Demi Moore. Also starring Peter Friedman, Michael Biehn, Yorgo Prochnow. And the film is directed by Nuts. Well, it doesn't say who directed this movie, but if someone knows, let me know in the comments below. But this film is from 1988. Rated R, and it's 97 minutes. Here's the sticker label, NAND label. The second week of 1989, Money Sound Only barcode. Up next, the 1989 VHS of See No Evil, Hear No Evil. With Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder. This is probably one of the last comedy duels that appeared in the movie. And the movie also stars Joan Servant and Anthony Zerber, directed by Arthur Hiller, and the film is from 1989. Rated R, and is 103 minutes. Here's the sticker label. Here's the end label. The 52nd week of 1990, Money Sound barcode. Up next, also a 1989 VHS of True Beverly Hills with Shelley Long. Also starring Craig T. Nelson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, with special guest appearances by Robin Leach, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Frankie Avalon, Annette Funicello, Dr. Joyce Brothers, Shelley, and also has Amy Foster and Kelly Martin from Light Goes On, and this also has Jenny Lewis. Yeah, it's Jenny Lewis. And it's directed by Jeff Kane. The film is from 1989. Rated PG, And it's 105 minutes. Here's the sticker label. Former rental from Blockbuster. Here's the end label. The 42nd week of 1990. Money sound only barcode. Next, the 1990 VHS of Flatliners with Kiefer Sutherland, Julia Roberts, and Kevin Bacon. And it's directed, and this also has William Baldwin and Oliver Platt, directed by Joel Schumacher, and the film is from 1990. Some lines shouldn't be crossed. And I know they did a remake of this movie. Purchased on Blockbuster on March 24th, 1997. This is suspense to die from. So exciting, your heart might stop, says Joel Siegel of WABC TV. The late Joel Siegel. Rated R and it's 111 minutes. Here's the sticker label for Flatliners. Here's the end label. The 5th week of 1990. Once again, it's got the Money sound only barcode. Up next, the 1991 VHS of Cat Ballou, part of Columbia Western Classics, with Jane Fonda and Lee Marvin. Also starring Michael Callahan, Dwayne Hickman, Nat King Cole, Stubby Kane. Directed by Elliot Silverstein, and the film is from 1965. Actually, it's 1964. This tape is still in seal, but it's open from the bottom. Not rated, and it's 116 minutes. Here's the sticker label for Cat Ballou, and it's got the 1987 copyright right here. Here's the end label. The 41st week of 1991, and once again, it's got the Money sound only barcode. Up next, the 1991 VHS of The Three Worlds of Gulliver is part of the Ray Harryhausen collection, with Karen Matthews, Joe Morrow, June Thorburn, directed by Jack Shear, and the film is from 1960. This is filmed in Super D animation. It's like a stop motion artwork, stop motion effects. It's like Gulliver's Travel. Not rated, and it's doesn't say with the running time. 1960 film, renewed in 1988. Here he is, 100 minutes. Here's the sticker label. The 10th week of 1991. The end label fell off, but that's all right. Now, it's time to move to the TriStar Pictures line. Okay. Up next, the 1991 VHS of The Fisher King with Robin Williams and Jeff Bridges. And it's directed by Terry Gilliam. And the film is from 1991. 4 stars. An astonishingly comedy, says Bruce Williamson of Playboy. And this is the first year that Columbia... And this is, I believe it's the first VHS to use the 1991 Columbia TriStar pillar box right there. So you can see it. Focused. There we go. Yeah, this is after RCA Columbia Pictures was renamed Columbia TriStar. Rated R, and it's 137 minutes. Here's the sticker label. Here's the end label. There is no week and year code on this tape whatsoever. Up next, the 1991 VHS of The Man from Colorado with Ellen Drew, Ray with Glenn Ford, excuse me, and William Holden. Sorry, I got tongue-tied. Also starring Ellen Drew, Ray Collins, Edgar Buchanan, Jerome Cortland, and James Mitkin. Directed by Harry Levin, and the film is from 1948. This is a reprint from 1993 because it has the second box like this. Not rated in its 99 minutes. 1948 film, renewed in 1975. Here's the sticker label, and it's got the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment reprint. And it's got the 1988 copyright right here. Tape number is 5. Printed in the 21st week of 2001. Next, also a 1991 VHS of 20th Century with John Barrymore and Carol Lombard. I almost meant to say John Barrymore, not Lionel Barrymore. Wrong. And yes, John Barrymore is related to Drew Barrymore. This movie also stars Walter Connolly, Roscoe Carnes, directed by Howard Hawks, and the film is from 1934. And the box suffers a water damage. And this, once again, has got the 1992 reprint. Says here got the 1991 copyright, but it's got the 1992 symbol, or 1993. 1934 film, renewed in 1962. Not rated in its 91 minutes. And it's got the original poster art. Here's the sticker label for 20th Century. Printed in the 152nd day of 1996. And it's printed in the 40th week of 1996. This probably might have the 1991 Columbia TriStar Home Video logo or the other one. I'll have to double check that. And I will put it in the pinned comment section. Up next, the 1991 VHS of The Kane Mutiny with Humphrey Bogart, Jose Ferreira, Van Johnson, and Fred McMurray. Oh, and introducing Robert Francis May Wynn, directed by Edward Denmark, and the film is from 1954. Not rated in its 125 minutes. And once again, it's got the 1991 box one of this. And this is still in brand new factory seal, which I'm going to keep it that way. And the next VHS tape is also still brand new factory seal, which I'm going to keep it that way. Also, the 1992 VHS of Ladies of the Cohort with Marilyn Monroe. Also starring Adele Jurgens, Rand Brooks, Nana Bryant, with Eddie Garr, Stephen Gary, and the Bobby True Trio. Directed by Phil Carson, and the film is from 1949. This is probably either before or after Marilyn Monroe signed a deal with 20th Century Fox. This is probably one of her only Columbia Pictures film that done by Marilyn Monroe. Not rated and it's 61 minutes. Up next, the 1992 VHS of The Rangefield with Buck Jones and John Wayne. Also starring Susan Fleming, Wallace McDonald, Ed Lee Saint. Directed by D. Ross Lederman, and the film is from 1932. Not rated and it's 58 minutes, so that's a shorter movie. Here's the sticker labels. Got the 1992 with the updated Columbia TriStar logo. The 5th week of 1993. The next tape, the 1992 VHS of My Girl, with Dan Aykroyd, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Macaulay Culkin, and introducing Anna Klumsky. And it's directed by Howard Ziff, and the film is from 1991. And this also has Gray Dunn. A funny and a moving family film, says Jeff Craig, a 60-second preview. And this tape is still in seal, but it opens from the bottom. 2 thumbs up, stated by the late Siskel and Ebert. I do have the second film, which I'm going to show that in part 5. Rated PG, and it's 102 minutes. Here's the sticker label and label. The 36th week of 1992, and there's the Moni sound only barcode. And this has the original preview, and it has a preview for My Girl 2. Darn, I got a crick in my knee. Ah, darn it. Up next, the 1992 VHS of Hook with Dustin Hoffman, Robin Williams, Julia Roberts, and Bob Hoskins. And this also has Maggie Smith, directed by Steven Spielberg, and the film is from 1991. I wonder which kid was in this film. I seen it got the Maze Running, I believe. Get ready for adventure. Steven Spielberg has scored another triumph, says Gene Shalit of NBC Today. Rated PG and is 142 minutes. Here's the sticker label for Hook. And it's got this little holographic sticker right here, as you can see. Very cool. The 21st week of 1992. Up next, the tape is also still in seal. The 1992 VHS of Lawrence of Arabia. And this is the 30th anniversary collector set. And it comes with a 32-page companion booklet on the making of Lawrence of Arabia, right there. And this is still in seal, which I'm going to keep it that way. I also have another sealed copy of Lawrence of Arabia. I also have the 1989 VHS, which I show off in part 2 or part 3. Winner of 7 Academy Awards. And this is in widescreen. Rated PG and is 225 minutes. And up next, the 1992 VHS also of Funny Girl and Funny Lady Collector's Edition. Okay. All right. Funny Girl stars Barbra Streisand and Omar Sharif. Also starring Key Medforth, Anne Francis, and Walter Pidgeon. Directed by Herbert Ross, and the film is from 1968. Rated G and is 165 minutes. while Funny Lady stars Barbara Streisand and James Caan, also starring Roddy McDowall, Ben Veree, Carol Wells, and Omar Sharif. Directed once again by Herbert Ross, and the film is from 1974. Rated PG and is 136 minutes. Alright, here's take one for Funny Girl. Tape 1 is printed on April 29th, 1992. And here's tape 2. Tape 2 is printed earlier on April 30th, 1999. And I'll show you the print date. Can't barely see it, but both tapes is printed in the 23rd week of 1992. So, since both copies have the print date, we all know what this tape has at the end. And I am going to stop here because we're going to be right back for part 5. So, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.